Hey folks, yours truly here. I'm gonna see if I can adjust this light on this phone. But what I wanted to say is things are happening so fast for me now, and he's showing me that it's not really about where I'm positioned. I'm in the machine where we're all going. I don't watch a lot of television anymore. I listen more to just angelic tones and I draw. So I'm out all day trying to meet people. But I could feel something was a buzzing. Something didn't feel right. So when I talked to my brother Pete and he told me, "Did you hear what happened?" And I said, "What happened?" He said, "You didn't hear about that man shooting all them people?" I was like, No. And I said, I had some kind of dream. In my dream, I kept hearing firecrackers. I didn't know it was that. I had one of them before that guy in Israel, where he got assassinated. But all this stuff is activating, and the boss is showing me that people just like me, people just like me all over are going to start not waking up, but just waking out and walking out in faith and destiny. The reason why we're seeing all these events, people, is because in this world that's going so rapidly fast, technologically, it is rapidly decreasing the human interconnectivity between us. And this is a certain recipe for doom and destruction, because man was never meant to be by himself. Man was never meant to be controlled or attached to anything artificial. Man is a living, breathing thing. Anything that comes between him and the boss, brings a separation and despair. When people aren't validated, they internalize all that anger and grief and depression. A human body can only absorb so much negative energy, then it has to explode. And we see what happens when that explodes. When the good energy, when people who like me are getting so empathic, I really don't know what this is, but I always knew I could feel emotions on people, like Cooper would say. She said, "Jemez, you should never lie." I said, "Why?" She says, "Because you can't hide emotions. It comes through your face. It projects. It's like a light, so whatever in you project emotion." And I feel it. I saw a man today. It was one of the poor precious souls I used to panhandle with. And I felt so bad, I started to cry. I started to cry and weep. And look at this condition. If we don't put the brakes on this, folks. See, I'm not new to this. I'm old school. I remember reading comic books. And in comic books, they would say people would be walking around with black pyramids. That's what the comic book said. And said the pyramids would be controlling their mind. That was a comic book strip that scared the shit out of me. But look at it now. Everybody's walking around with a black obelisk. So what I first was science fiction is now science fact. Can you realize how scary that is? That man now has the ability himself, with all this technology at his hands, is so rapidly advancing. Did you know now that Google is alive? It has a sentience. It learns from mistakes. It can make cognitive decisions based on accumulations of huge quantities of data. They're starting to get higher than terabytes and gigabytes. And once they start really microprocessing, this technology is going so fast. But I'm reminded of a good story I wrote from a very wise man who learned too little, too late, the price of succeeding at any cost. He said, "Under the sun, there is nothing new," or something of that. I apologize. I don't know how to memorize scripture word for word. It's on my heart because I live it. I live it and I feel it. Where I am now, And Greenfield and Joy Road is like a lot of places in a lot of cities. The boss places certain people in areas to show out and show up and show out for love. What we've seen today is the reaction of one person who through desperation is snapped and got consumed by that darkness. But at the same time, we would see the heroism of people jumping on top of strangers they don't know to save their lives. We can do such wonderful things if we just get out of the way and let the boss do it. I'm sorry, yours truly is not. I'm truly grateful for this and truly grateful for you precious souls. But since Johnny Cash is gone, I swear to God I'm going to wear a black blazer with everything on every show I do. Because it's with all this beauty, there's suffering. This world can only change, folks, if we make it change. This is yours truly for Walking in Destiny.